You sit down at the kitchen table for lunch, fork in hand, and take that first bite of your sandwich or rice or whatever's on your plate. 2 hours later, your legs feel heavy, your mind is foggy, and when you check your glucose meter, the number is higher than it should be, even though you took your medication this morning. You've accepted it as just aging, but deep down it scares you because you can feel your independence slipping away, one small spike at a time. I've sat across from hundreds of patients your age over 35 years in internal medicine, and I can tell you what you're feeling is real. It's not in your head, and it's not something you have to accept. The single biggest mistake most seniors make every single day is starting meals with the carbs or starches first, without any natural buffer to slow how quickly sugar rushes into your bloodstream. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire that's already smoldering. Your body scrambles, insulin spikes, and over months and years, your A1C keeps climbing, while your energy keeps fading. Today I'm going to walk you through the 5 simple solutions that directly resolve the 5 hidden consequences of that daily mistake. These aren't complicated recipes or expensive supplements. They're practical things you can start this week. One common kitchen staple has been shown in controlled trials to blunt post-meal spikes by double digits. Another helped people stabilize their fasting numbers in 8 weeks. And the most powerful one quietly repairs the very pathway that lets your cells actually use the insulin your body is already making. You'll discover how the simple timing of one addition before a meal can change your daily readings in ways your doctor may never have mentioned. That's coming after we cover the first 2 solutions. You'll see how these changes together can help you hold on to the independence you cherish, instead of becoming a burden on the people you love. And by the end, you'll understand how everything connects back to steady energy and real control over your own life again. What number on your meter this morning worries you the most? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one personally because your story matters to me. This video is about 25 minutes long, and the most important information, the part that can truly shift how you feel month after month, comes in the second half. So stay with me. Let's begin with the first solution. The first one is something you can pick up for pennies at any grocery store, and it goes straight to work on the very first consequence of that mistake. Those sudden post-meal blood sugar spikes that leave you drained and worried. Apple cider vinegar is the answer here. Picture finishing a normal lunch, and instead of the usual heavy tiredness rolling in, you actually feel steady. That's what this does. It slows the rush of sugar from your food, so your body doesn't have to panic. A 2025 systematic review and meta-analysis, published in Frontiers in Nutrition, looked at multiple controlled trials in adults with type 2 diabetes and found that apple cider vinegar significantly reduced fasting blood sugar by an average of 22 points and lowered A1C as well. Imagine waking up and seeing numbers that finally make sense, instead of watching them creep higher every 3 months. Here's how it works in plain language. The natural acidity in the vinegar slows how fast your stomach empties. Think of it as putting a gentle speed bump on the road, so the carbohydrates don't flood your bloodstream all at once. Your pancreas stays calmer, your energy stays even. The most common mistake people make is drinking it straight or taking too much at once, which can irritate your throat or stomach. The fix is simple. Mix 1 to 2 tablespoons in a full glass of water. Sip it 10 to 20 minutes before your largest meal of the day, or with the meal if that's more comfortable. Start with 1 tablespoon and see how your body responds. Within 2 to 4 weeks, most people notice steadier energy after meals and fewer wild swings on their meter. It's gentle, it's cheap, and it works with whatever medication you're already taking, as long as you separate it by at least 2 hours from your pills, so the vinegar doesn't affect absorption. But what happens when your fasting number is still stubborn, even on the days you eat well? That's the second consequence of that daily mistake, and the next solution targets it directly. If you found this video through a search, and you're just now discovering these videos made specifically for folks our age, I want you to know something. Every week I put out new information like this. Practical, researched steps for people over 60 who want to protect their health and their independence. Press the subscribe button just below this video. It takes 5 seconds and costs nothing, but it means you'll get the next video automatically. Without it, you might miss something simple that could make the difference between feeling in control and feeling like your body is slipping away from you. Cinnamon is the second solution, and it goes straight to the second consequence. Your cells slowly stopping listening to the insulin your body is still trying to send. Imagine checking your fasting glucose in the morning and seeing it finally holding steady instead of creeping up week after week. That's what this simple spice can help do. A landmark study published in Diabetes Care in 2003 followed adults with type 2 diabetes and found that taking 1 to 6 grams of cinnamon daily for 40 days reduced fasting serum glucose by 18 to 29%, along with improvements in triglycerides and cholesterol. Those are the kinds of changes that let you keep doing the things you love without the constant worry. In everyday language, cinnamon helps your cells wake up and respond better to the insulin that's already there. It's like oiling a rusty hinge so the door opens smoothly instead of sticking. No new medication, just a gentle nudge to the pathway that's been wearing down over the years. The most common mistake is buying the cheap cassia variety in large amounts without checking quality or using it inconsistently. The fix is to use Ceylon cinnamon if you can, or plain ground cinnamon from a good source, and take it consistently. Stir half a teaspoon into your morning coffee or oatmeal, or take it in capsule form with breakfast. Most people notice their fasting numbers beginning to stabilize within 4 to 8 weeks. The energy in your legs feels more reliable, and you stop dreading that next lab visit. But there's still the third consequence that sneaks up on so many of us. The way carbs keep getting absorbed too quickly, day after day, pushing your A1C higher no matter what else you're doing. That's exactly where the next solution shines. We've covered a lot already, and you've stayed right here with me. That's not small. That means you're someone who truly cares about protecting your health. Most people your age would have clicked away by now. Here's something surprising most doctors never mention. Even a few minutes of gentle movement right after eating can change how your muscles pull sugar out of your blood. But there's a specific seed that does something even deeper by working on both fiber and enzyme levels at once. You'll learn exactly which one and how to use it in the next point. And the detail that surprised even the researchers might be the one that finally gives you steady numbers. You deserve to keep watching, because the second half has the piece that ties everything together for real, lasting change. You've already learned about the first two solutions that tackle the daily spikes and the insulin response. Now you know how these small additions can help you keep living on your own terms, instead of watching your independence fade. But the most exciting finding still ahead is how one particular seed works on the very enzymes that break down carbs, something that can give you a noticeable drop in your average readings over the next 2 months. Press the subscribe button right now so YouTube sends you the next video automatically. It's the only way to make sure you don't miss the one coming soon about protecting your kidneys and heart at the same time. You deserve to have that information. Fenugreek seeds address the third consequence, the way your body keeps absorbing carbs too quickly, driving your A1C higher and higher, even when you're trying so hard. Picture opening your meter log after a month and seeing the average trending down instead of up. That's what this humble seed has helped people achieve. A 2023 systematic review and meta-analysis published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences examined 10 randomized controlled trials with over 700 participants and found fenugreek significantly reduced fasting blood glucose, 2-hour post-meal glucose, and HbA1c levels. Those are the exact numbers that determine whether you stay independent or start needing more help. Fenugreek works through soluble fiber that forms a gentle gel in your gut and through compounds that slow the enzymes breaking down starches. Think of it as a natural traffic cop directing the flow of sugar so it arrives steadily instead of in a rush. The most common mistake is taking huge amounts at once or using it inconsistently. The fix is to start small. Soak 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds overnight, or stir half a teaspoon of the powder into warm water or yogurt every morning. Increase slowly to 1 teaspoon twice a day. Within 4 to 8 weeks, most people notice their numbers smoothing out and fewer cravings between meals. It's gentle on the stomach when started slowly and pairs beautifully with your existing routine. But what about the silent inflammation that's quietly damaging the very signaling pathways inside your cells? That's the fourth consequence, and the next solution goes right to the source. What has been the biggest daily frustration for you when it comes to your blood sugar lately? The afternoon tiredness, the worry about the next lab test, or something else? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, because your experience helps me make these videos better for everyone. We've come this far together, and that tells me you really care about taking charge of your health. The information you've already received could be the start of feeling more in control again. Here's something counterintuitive that surprised a lot of researchers. One common spice most people already have in their cabinet can quiet the low-grade inflammation that's been interfering with insulin signaling for years, and the effect builds quietly over weeks. You'll hear exactly how to use it safely in the next point, and the preparation detail that makes the difference is something your doctor almost never mentions. Skipping ahead now would mean missing the piece that ties the first three solutions into something even more powerful. You've already proven you care by watching this far. Press subscribe. It's a quiet, personal step that simply makes sure the next video arrives for you. Turmeric with black pepper tackles the fourth consequence: the chronic, low-grade inflammation that damages insulin signaling pathways and keeps your A1C from coming down the way it should. Imagine waking up with steadier energy and less of that background worry that something inside is still breaking down. That's what this combination can support. A 2023 meta-analysis published in Nutrients reviewed multiple trials in adults with type 2 diabetes and found curcumin from turmeric significantly improved insulin sensitivity and lowered inflammatory markers that interfere with glucose control. Those changes help your body use the insulin it already makes more effectively. In plain language, curcumin calms the inflammatory fire that's been smoldering in your cells, while the black pepper makes the curcumin far more absorbable. Think of black pepper as the key that unlocks the door, so the turmeric can actually get to work. The most common mistake is taking turmeric alone, without the piperine from black pepper, or using it inconsistently. The fix is simple. Mix half a teaspoon of turmeric powder with a pinch of black pepper and a little healthy fat like olive oil or in food once or twice a day. You can stir it into warm water, soup, or eggs. Within 4 to 8 weeks, many people notice less overall fatigue and better meter readings. It's gentle and works alongside your other solutions. Now we come to the fifth consequence, the one that affects how well your muscles actually pull glucose out of your blood and keep things stable around the clock. This final solution brings everything together. Flaxseeds complete the picture by addressing the fifth consequence, sluggish muscle uptake and the way your body stores excess sugar instead of using it for steady energy. Picture having the stamina to do the things you love without that afternoon crash, or the worry that your body is slowly losing ground. That's what ground flax seeds can help support. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Functional Foods followed adults with type 2 diabetes and found daily flaxseed consumption improved fasting glucose, insulin sensitivity, and lipid profiles through its unique combination of fiber, lignans, and omega-3s. The changes were noticeable within 8 weeks. Flax seeds work by providing soluble fiber that continues the gentle slowing effect in your gut, while their lignans support healthy cell membranes and help your muscles use glucose more efficiently. Think of it as giving your muscles a quiet upgrade so they can clear sugar from your blood without extra strain. The most common mistake is using whole seeds. Your body can't break them down, or storing them improperly so they go rancid. The fix is to buy ground flaxseed or grind fresh ones daily and keep them in the refrigerator. Stir 1 to 2 tablespoons into your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothie every day. Within 4 to 8 weeks, most people feel more even energy throughout the day and see their overall numbers trending in the right direction. You've now got the complete set of 5 solutions that resolve every major consequence of that one daily mistake. Let's make this practical, just like a visit in my office. Every morning, mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in water and sip it 10 to 20 minutes before breakfast. Stir half a teaspoon of cinnamon into your coffee or oatmeal at the same time. Add 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed to that same breakfast. Midday or before your largest meal, take half a teaspoon of turmeric with a pinch of black pepper mixed into food or a small amount of olive oil. Evening, soak or stir half a teaspoon of fenugreek powder into warm water or yogurt about 30 minutes before dinner. Do the short post-meal walk, 10 to 15 minutes of gentle strolling after your 2 biggest meals. Weeks 1 and 2, your body is adjusting. Expect steadier energy and fewer spikes, but the big drops usually start showing on your meter around week 3 or 4. By the end of month 1, most people see their average glucose trending down and feel less of that background fatigue. Important warning: if you're on blood thinners, diabetes medications, or have kidney concerns, check with your doctor before starting fenugreek or turmeric in higher amounts. They can interact gently with some prescriptions. Start low and track your numbers. In 30 days, you'll likely wake up feeling more like yourself, steadier, clearer, and more in control of your own days. You've earned that. I remember one patient, a retired teacher just like so many of you, who sat in my office with tears in her eyes because she was terrified she'd have to give up driving and become dependent on her daughter. Her A1C had been climbing for years, despite doing everything right. What changed everything for her, and for hundreds of others I've seen, was realizing the problem wasn't laziness or bad luck. It was that one daily mistake no one had ever explained. What you're living with, the fatigue that makes simple tasks feel heavy, the worry every time the phone rings with lab results, the quiet fear that you're becoming a burden, is real, and it's not your fault. The most powerful truth I can leave you with is this: your body is still capable of remarkable improvement when you give it the right gentle support. You are not too old, and it is not too late. These 5 solutions together can help you protect the independence you cherish and the life you still want to live fully. Tonight, before you go to bed, do one small human thing. Write down the one number on your meter that matters most to you right now, and beside it write, "I'm taking the first step tomorrow." That's enough. That's how real change begins. We've covered apple cider vinegar for the spikes, cinnamon for the insulin response, fenugreek for absorption, turmeric for the inflammation, and flaxseeds for muscle uptake. 5 simple additions that resolve the 5 consequences of the one mistake most of us have been making with every meal. What has surprised you most about your own blood sugar journey lately? Share it below. I read every comment. If you'd like the next video, which reveals the surprising nighttime habit that protects both your blood sugar and your heart while you sleep, the easiest way is to press subscribe right now. YouTube will send it straight to you, and there is no cost. This information is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Please speak with your own physician before making any changes to your diet or medications.